Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be my showcase of Rusev Returns. He is a modern era focus technician. Let's take a look and see what he's got going on. So he has the raw link, any color moves start with 1 more MP. Modern era gems do 5% more damage, and the Rusev Returns stock gear. Trainer. 35k, he's a niche one. Red gems do 50% damage. Black moves start with 2 more MP. You don't really need these that often. When you do, they're great. I say this all the time, but when you don't, they're just kind of meh, right? So it's a really, really big investment to get him there. For me, probably 26k is where I would stop him, unless, you know, something crazy happens, right? Let's see, what else? Anything else? I don't think he has any hot tag. Nope, no hot tag. And yeah, let's kind of get into it here. I'm gonna run this one first. So I hesitate to even do this because I've said this before. When you have takedown threes, if you go against anyone with Fury threes, takedown threes, armor twos, any of the new metals, that it really nerfs your move damage. So this is a move damage build. He doesn't have a buff. It won't perform nearly as well against anyone with a bigger metal. So that's why I'm not using takedown threes and stuff. It's going to look way more impressive than it is. Just keep that in mind. But I know people are going to want to see it. So that's why I'm going to show you. So we're starting off with a move damage strap, 100% move damage. And we got the takedown 2 sets for 80% move damage and a green move damage takedown 2 at 200%. So obviously I could hit way harder if I was using takedown 3s. But this already is not going to be super realistic in my opinion. So super kick, 7 MP, deal 525k damage, choose 8 gems to make into green gems. Hardcore, if opponent's class is a powerhouse, first deal 525k damage and increase your green gem damage by 100% for 1 turn. Does not affect bonus damage. Samoan drop, 9 MP green, 525k damage, make 25 random gems, 2 turn countdown gems that will deal 400k damage and make 2 random gems into green gems. So, you know, 400k damage on the countdowns, you're getting 25 of them. It's like 10 million bonus damage there. Not a lot, but some. Falling Power Bomb, 10 MP finisher. Oh, I do have a Sheik plate equipped for this too. I don't know if I mentioned that. We'll talk about that in a second. Finisher, deal 3 million damage, decrease your countdown gen timers by 2 and pin the opponent. I appreciate Scopely giving us the even move damage here of 3 million. I don't... And these 525s, that's always appreciated by me. I'm never really certain why we have the random numbers, to be honest. So Sheik plate, whenever you generate a green move, increase your green move damage by 100%. So for every green move we do, we're going to add 3 million damage to the total, okay? Entourage for this one, Steel and Bailey, gives us 4 and 2 green MP respectively. That's 6. Our turn is 7, so that gets us charged. The green moves deal 100% damage on Bailey. 40% on R-Truth, and then Gooker for 75, just so people can see the high end, right? And whatever. So yeah, let's get in here and run it. And we really need tiered up metal people to fight, like with good metals. We really do. Open ones that don't have restrictions for class or era. Just throw a couple in somewhere, please, and thank you. Anyway, so to load the other two, so you can see the finishers 20 million in a small amount of change. So to load the other 2 moves, you need a 3 green match. That loads the other 2. Of course, you could combo this with a Judgment Day plate and then drain them when you throw this move out. You can see now instead of 20 million, we're going to be up to 26 million. Like I said, 3 million each time. So the 26 million finisher, it's what do we say, about 10 million on the countdown gems, 36 million, and then whatever gem damage we get. So it's a 39 million pin. It's okay. It's not bad. It won't do that well in real world though. So yeah, that is that. Let's move on, because I want to. We're gonna change straps out to a gem damage strap. It helps if you hit the back button, Mherex. Okie dokie. Somewhere here I have one of these gem damage straps set up. Well, you know what? Why don't I just, since I'm blind, just do this. Like that, yeah. Look at how that works. So 100% gem damage, Fury 2s, now 3s, same reason as takedown 2s. So I don't skew the damage to unrealistic quantities. No plates currently. We'll throw some plates on. So we're going to run with the running hip attack. We're going to run with the accolade and the jumping sidekick. So blue, yellow, yellow, respectively. Running hip attack, 500k damage, gain 8 yellow MP. That's 8 blue MP. Very high charge, much dislike. This should be 7. Accolade, 8 MP submission, generate 40 random sub gems and do 180k for 3 turns. Remaining gems turn into X break. Also, it only increases your yellow MP by 8, which is good to know because your finisher's 10. So you also need Santa Hogan on top of this to make it work. So if this is gonna only do 8 and cost 8, then it may as well be that, because if it was 7 MP, you'd still need Santa Hogan to get the finisher loaded on turn 1. So it would have to both be 7 and 9, respectively. Jumping sidekick, 10 MP finisher, deal 1 million damage, choose 1 row to make into multiply gems of strength 10. Then finisher, 1 million damage, choose a 7x2 area to swap into blue gems and pin the opponent. This moveset is to show you the sub. So yeah, let's get a loadout in here that looks somewhat appropriate. We're going with Lawler and Dom since we're going to drop these blues. And then Santa, that gets the 8 MP charged, and that'll get everything charged off of the blue in feud. Then we're going with Gunther for multiply gem damage, zombie Gunther, and 40% blue gem damage since we're making blues. It all kind of works. It fits. So you'll start off, you'll increase your MP, you'll hit the sub. Not a fan of sub gameplay. You guys know that, but this isn't horrible, and this is the freebie, so... And what I like to do is throw my row of multiplies down here, and then cover up the multiplies and hit the X breaks, like so. But that was only 28 million. So, Anniversary X break plate will not work, except in boss battle. It doesn't work on a sub. So we're looking at sub plates. Blue would be the best, right? Since that's the one we can get 10 of. So let's see what we can do. I will throw some plates on this, since the sub plates generally haven't been super hard to get. And I do think a lot of people could potentially run him this way. If you have Shredder, though, I don't think you would really ever use him. And Shredder was free. But, you know, not everyone started then, so let's throw the dog ear gremlin plate on. That's pretty readily available. And I'll do that, and then I'll put the Acolyte plate on because that's available in feud chests too. So I'm doing a little more with the sub than I normally would because I think this will benefit some people. Like my free-to-play, if I got Rusev, somehow managed to like key pull him or whatever, got him leveled up, maybe 6-star bronze, maybe higher. This is probably how I would have to run him. Hopefully, because I'm not that far away from getting Hogan to 17k, so I do think this is fairly achievable. I just need to star fill him, actually. And then Zombie Gunther, hopefully I can pick up in zombie season. So I'll do a little bit of experimenting here because it's possible this will benefit a few people. And you can see here, we lose a bunch more of the board, so not ideal. Even worse, we have a wild card here, right? Which is very bad because we lose a multiply gem if we break it the way we're gonna. So I'll go up 1 and then do it this way. we still managed to get the board 33 million. Not a huge increase, right? So I mean, really, actually, I'm gonna skip putting the ultimate plate on. If we're 33 million there, you know, another 50 or whatever, 75%, whatever it is from the Acolyte ultimate. Not gonna get you a ton more, right? It will get you some, but not a ton. Couple mil, you know? So let's just kind of move on. This is a take on the previous build set. You can see, what the heck, Mherex, you have the same trainers. Yes, I do. We're swapping in one move. Botch moves. This is kind of interesting. It allows for you to do some things. Maybe I don't like them. Maybe I do in some cases, but there's some plate options here running. So we're just bringing in Fall Away Slam, 7 MP blue. Now this one is 7 MP. I don't know, guys. 530k damage, choose a 7 by area to make into botch gems. And then, you know, there's no damage per botch in Rusev's kit, so it's kind of interesting. But I don't hate it with some plates, so I'll run it without plates. The sub plate obviously won't do anything here, and then we'll throw some plates on. Same exact trainer setup, because it works. So the nice thing with this is you have the botches on the board, so, you know, it's harder to potentially kick out. And this has a lot more plate combinations than the sub build. Also, you don't need a sub, so you guys know I'm a fan of that. 24 million with some botches on the board. It's not horrible. Obviously, you could use Rock's Finery. You could use Hitman's Jacket and drain people. These are things you could do. We're going to focus on some offense here with plates. And let's put, especially because they've been reasonable on prize walls, typically. So either the universal or the blue will work of the big boss man plates. Blue's first, so we'll just go ahead and use that. But the universal or the blue will work. Just in case you don't know what it does, I probably should read that. Whenever you make 30 plus botch gems, and we're making 35, increase your blue gem damage by 300% for 1 turn. And obviously I like the flow here, right? I mean, you know, this is more my style of gameplay in the sense that, I mean, this is modern gameplay, I guess is the way I would say it, right? No risk. Don't have to interact with the board very much, just placing the botches. That would be what I would call this era or modern era of Champions gameplay. You can see that's 37 million with some botches on the board. That's not terrible, right? So main plate, again, you could still combo that with Hitman's Jacket, or you could put the anniversary plate on. There's some issues with the anniversary plate because of you put your multiply gems down after the anniversary plate goes off, which I will show you. So a little RNG on how hard you're going to hit once you toss the botch slap anniversary on. Whenever you make 8 plus botch gems, make 8 random gems into multiply gem of strength 8. So in a perfect world, we would be able to get 2 full columns. That is very unlikely to ever, 2 full columns, 2 full rows. That is very unlikely to ever happen because the random botches, the random multiplies will go out first, which I'll show you right here. And you can see we got 1, 2, 3, 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. I mean, odds are that's how it's generally going to work, right? Half and half. And we'll just choose to overwrite this one. It doesn't matter which one since there's 4 on both. And we'll get 8 extra multiply gems for 49 million, right? So honestly, though, with some botches on the board, 49 million, it's not terrible for an A tier. It's not, or I mean for the B tier, the freebie. But it's not going to really set the world on fire, right? Again, there's no reason you would ever use him over like Shredder, who is free, if you were playing. If you weren't playing when Shredder came out, then, you know, that's a different story. So let's move on and get to the final countdown, the final move set. Triple green. You've already seen them all, right? These are what you've already seen. We already ran it, but this time instead of a move damage, we're going with the gem damage focus. Again, you could do Z plate and Judgment Day plate, right? With this move set. So I'm not going to read the moves again. There is a hardcore in effect against Powerhouse, so I'll also fight one against a Powerhouse so you guys can see these plates aren't doing anything here. So no worry about those. Gameplay loop would be just like the other one. You can see, oh, trainers I should have talked about though. I put Hall of Fame Goldberg on. He's 2 green MP. He's 40% rainbow. But he also has the increased health and stuff, which I happen to like. Chelsea, 40% green, zombie Chelsea, and then Stunning Steve for 40% rainbow gem damage. So same gameplay as the other one. You got a 3-match you have to do to make it happen. Yes, you could also put the Sheik plate on for this build too. Someone's gonna say it, so I'll say it. But if you're running this set, even with a green Fury 2 move damage medal, and you go against someone with Fury 3s, Takedown 3s, or Armor 2, Sheik plate or not, your finisher's hitting for 0 move damage. So let's see what we do here. It's a very unimpressive 28 million. All right. Let's play against a powerhouse as promised. See if that 100% gem damage makes a big enough difference. So, obviously, you could put a Royal Rumble on, right? Green would be the best color against non-powerhouse because it's his primary gem color, right? For sure. And even against powerhouse because you're getting a green gem buff. So this with a Royal Rumble and a Z plate against a powerhouse will hit. I'll run it. I don't know why you would use your green Royal Rumble plate there, but I will run it once for you guys with the green Royal Rumble after I run it without. To me, it feels like it would be a massive waste. Z plate is going to add 50% gem, by the way. On the previous build, it's going to do hardly anything extra damage wise. You can also use the Mercy Buzzard, right? On the previous one, and it will add 50%. I'm sorry, 100%. So 48 mil against a powerhouse without plates. That's not bad. So against a non-powerhouse, though, you won't get above 35 million, probably, no matter really what you do for plates. Maybe with a Rumble and a Z plate, you could push close to 40 on a big hit. It's just not really going to matter, though, against non-powerhouses. So it's a lot of expenditure. Z plate, not so much, right? Because maybe you got a couple of these laying around. I doubt you have a bunch of Royal Rumbles laying around. Z plate, you might. And I'll just run it once with the Z plate on a powerhouse, because like I said, that you might have laying around. This isn't a huge commitment. Maybe you pick up a 150 strap for him. Maybe he gets a moment that increases his gem damage. I don't like the choose aspect, but it is only a choose 3. And then we'll also throw the Mercy the Buzzard plate, because that'll give you 100% too. And against a powerhouse, I think that'll probably hit. And those Mercy the Buzzard plates are not, they're available. You can get them with showdown currency, prize walls, etc. So we're up to 48 mil now, almost 49 on the pin there. It's actually not terrible. Anything more than a 3-match, I would be adamantly against in today's game. A 3-match, you will cascade sometimes. I don't know how often, right? But it is not perfectly safe. It does have risk involved with it, but that is one that I can say is modern-ish in the gameplay for just needing a 3-match, right? It's not ideal. It's not what you're looking for, but it's not like the you know, choose 5, swipe into a match kind of thing. Foreshadowing there. Not on this character, but another one. All right. Green 3 match. Countdowns. 63 million. Okay. That's not terrible. Not amazing, but not terrible. You could also potentially two-click him with a Royal Rumble, which is actually much more interesting, potentially, which we will try as well after running this set with the 3 chews, because I know some people won't mind the 3 chews. Did I go past it? I probably went past it because I'm blind. Sorry, guys. Honestly, I don't mind him for the B tier, other than I don't like his trainer. For the B tier, I prefer a better trainer. But I don't mind him for the B tier. He can at least do some stuff. He's kind of interesting. He's not like, I don't mind doing the preview, right? Or the showcase here, because his moveset's got some stuff to them, some substance. They're different between them. They're cohesive. Again, there's a lot more foreshadowing on this one if you watch my Aleister Black video, depending the order you watch them. Okay, Buffaluffagus. We'll do a 3-match. Somewhere McMenemy's been rooting for me to cascade this whole time, so suck it, McMenemy. No cascades for you. It's okay, you'll get a chance with Aleister Black, don't worry. I feel like this is probably going to hit quite nice against a powerhouse, but again, it's only powerhouses. Yeah, 78 million. That's pretty good on your B tier, even if it is only a powerhouse. That's pretty good on the freebie. I don't hate it, you know? I don't love it, but I don't hate it. Again, it's not somebody I would use, but maybe you will. And then finally, let's see if we do Roxanne. Roxanne. And I haven't tried this because I didn't put any plates on prior to recording. Yeah, as usual, guys, I like getting a really good feel for how they play without plates. And then we throw the plates on and I get another feel, right? So it gives me an idea of what they're like base and what they're like top end, and they're 2 separate things. So she should be right about in here somewhere. Yep, there she is. All right. And then when you need Santa, keep in mind this is a Super Santa, 18K. Nothing I can do about that. Okay. So this one, we're just gonna 2-click. That's what we're gonna. No, we're still gonna click this because we need the buff. Sorry, we're just not gonna place any gems, right? So no chance of cascade. Mherex proof. I'm still waking up, so excuse the English. Let's see what we do with 3-click with no cascade risk. Should be very similar-ish. 64, not quite there, but if I had to play him, right, this would be how I would play him. I wouldn't do the choose. This is how I would play him, and probably, or I just put a Judgment Day plate on and go for 2 cycle wins. One of those 2 ways, right? Or a Hitman's with the Botch and the Multiply. So he has options. How do I feel about him? Let's see. I don't like this moveset. It's not going to perform well, even if it looks good. This one, X breaks after the sub, blows up the board, some multiplies. I don't see using this in boss, but, you know, really versatile there. Same thing with this one, right? There's no per botch damage. You're just getting a few multiplies. This one, I mean, you could use it as a green shield breaker, right? Potentially, but you still have to swipe the countdowns. Well, you know, you can hit the finisher. So you could use it as a green shield breaker against a powerhouse particular green. It would be okay-ish, but really not a lot here. This is not somebody I would ever purposefully hype. I don't see any awesome defensive purposes here for showdown or anything. Hype won't make him significantly better or anything, right? So, yeah, he's just an okay B tier that can at least hit, right? So when you have to use him, it's not going to feel horrible. Like during the month, I probably like the sub into the finisher thing probably will work okay. The damage though is so low at 180k for 3 turns. And that's at gold, so it won't work great. Honestly, probably just hitting the green finisher. Now that I think about it more, and you get that early. So if you're looking to use him like on the tours and stuff, I would just 99 MP. Yeah, you're gonna have that. No, you're not. You don't get that till 5-star. Yellow, just use the yellow finisher. It deals 1 million damage with 99 MP. It puts the multiply gems down. So I would just use the yellow finisher early on, and then just use yellow move damage trainers and finishers. So whatever you got, move damage that's yellow. Whether it's, let's get in here. You could use Rocky. You could use Piper. Ali, Balor, OTC, and Asuka, right? And then your trainers, just all your yellow move damage trainers, Gooker, and then the best yellows you can get. Or if you don't have Gooker, just your best yellow move damage trainers. And that's probably how I would play her early on in the MLC. Once you get to 5-star, do the same thing except with green. Green finisher trainer, green move trainer like Bailey, So pretty much the setup you're looking at here, minus steel. And I would throw in green finisher. And maybe Ollie if you got him, and green finisher that I can't think of right off. And my priest I think is red. Anyway, he's a fine B tier. And by fine I mean he's okay. He's not terrible. He shouldn't be bad to use this month. It's to me, I'm just disappointed that his trainer is a niche trainer, because I don't want to. I'm not going to bring somebody to 6-star for 10% extra red on black with how often it's needed. So yeah, he's somebody I'll just take up with the, honestly, with whatever I get this month, and then he's just gonna collect dust unless I'm required to use him on my roster. But he's not terrible, so maybe he's useful for you. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hopefully you enjoyed this showcase. Remember to like, subscribe, and share, because that really helps me out. Other than that, guys, thanks for watching. Good luck Good luck out there. Words are hard. Rusev crush. Not so much. But Rusev, okay.